I don't know if you guys still remember this, but on March 11, 2020, everything changed. The world changed, and Dr. Tedros said the following.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Yes, he's made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. And what happened was some people noticed that if you look at Season 3, Episode 11 of various television shows, there seems to be a preponderance of references to bats, vaccines, pandemics, illness, you name it, it's in there. And people started to wonder, is this just a coincidence or is there more to the story? That is, March 11, 3/11, Dr. Tedros says, we have therefore made the assessment. All right, that's 3/11. So how could it be that in so many different television shows from before 2020, in the Season 3, Episode 11, there seem to be these references to bats and viruses and illness, even pandemics, vaccines, you name it. How could this be the case?
There's certainly some questionable things going on.
Well, folks, I'm trying to answer that question. And so what I put together recently was a 2-hour presentation for johnthebond.com looking at some of my favorite 3/11 coincidences, then looking at some new ones that I don't think anybody's noticed before, and then doing a deep dive into how could these things happen. Now, what I've done is I've taken one of the main segments from that presentation and uploaded it so that anybody can see it. You don't need to be a member of johnthebond.com. You don't need to sign up to anything. You don't need to give me anything. All you've got to do is click the link in the pinned comment below, and that will take you to this 40-minute presentation looking at some of my favorite 3/11 coincidences, and I think you will enjoy it.
I'm telling you now, 100%.
Now, on the other hand, if you're somebody who doesn't want to watch a 40-minute video going over these coincidences, what I'll also do is link to this podcast that I uploaded a couple of years ago. It's called JLB Chats number 23, Sync Missed, and it's a podcast based on an audio chat I had over at fakeologist.com a couple of years ago. Somehow this is the most streamed and or downloaded Podbean upload for John the Bond of all time.
Wow, really?
1.5 thousand streams or downloads and counting. The numbers slowly but surely continue to rise. Now you might be thinking, what? Only 1,000, 1,500 people have streamed or downloaded this? That's not very many people. No, you're right. That's not very many people. In this corner of the internet, we don't get much traction. We don't get any boost whatsoever from the algorithm, from YouTube and other social medias. They don't promote us.
It's true. That's true.
And I know that because I've been doing this for 10 years, more than 10 years in fact, and I've looked at other people who've come along and they've started YouTube channels or podcasts, and generally speaking, they don't last very long. They do a few episodes or a few videos and then they disappear. And why is that? Well, one reason might be because people get sick of screaming into the void, which is basically what social media and YouTubing and podcasting and even blogging is in this day and age. Regular people like you and like me and like the vast majority of folks, we don't ever build any kind of an audience. And why is that? How can it be that you see other people on YouTube talking about other things? They can come along and within a couple of years they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and they can make a good living off of all of this. Why is it that those of us who focus on some of these more esoteric things, and it's not just me, there's quite a few who've come along over the years to try and do this, only seem to get a few hundred subscribers, a few hundred listeners, maybe occasionally 1,000 or 2,000 viewers, but generally speaking, not much traction. Why is that? Well, I think it's pretty obvious why that is.
Oh, absolutely.
And most of my content only reaches a couple hundred people at best, but for some reason this episode has gone to well over 1,000 streams and downloads, and in this podcast I detail some of my favorite 3/11 coincidences. This is from a couple of years ago though. This more recent presentation is from just a few days ago and includes some recent stuff that you might not have heard of before. So like I said, originally a 2-hour presentation just for the members of johnthebond.com, but if you are not a member, this abridged version, about 40 minutes, is waiting for you right now. Go and check out that pinned comment in the comment section below.
I swear to God, I think that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, and one final thing, I haven't been uploading much content to YouTube so far this year. In fact, I think this is my second video for the year. Yeah, I'm not going to be uploading very much stuff to YouTube going forward, in case you haven't already figured that out. Most of my time will be spent making content for johnthebond.com, including this latest presentation, Still Falling for 3/11. And so even though the 2-hour presentation is just for members of johnlebon.com, like I said, I've made the 40-minute segment about my favorite 311 coincidences. It's available right now. Go and check it out. And have yourselves a lovely day. And remember, on March 11, 2020, Dr. Tedros said that we have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. A pandemic. A pandemic. A pandemic. Shimona.